Spoilers for Elden Ring. I love Elden Ring. I have put so many hours in it in such a short time. When it came out I did nothing but play that game. I woke up, I went to work, came home, played, slept, repeat. I tried so many different builds, big Unga Bunga, sword and shield, double katana, double twin sword, all magic, all fate build, an arcana build with dragon magic, and I loved all of them in all their different glorious ways. I explored all the corners of the world again and again, just to see if there was something new there. Maybe I missed a cool item or a new NPC. Maybe there was another breathtaking scenery that I missed somewhere. Maybe there was another elevator that would take me down to that wonderful and mysterious underground area. I love Elden Ring. And yet there is something missing in it. There is something hollow at the center of Elden Ring that wasn't there in Dark Souls. I have played way too much Dark Souls. It took me a while to get into them, but when it clicked, oh, I was hooked. I still remember that day Dark Souls 3 came out and I booted it up and my computer could not run it without stuttering. I got so mad and sad that I got on a 1-hour bus trip to get to a store that had a cheap, shitty graphics card that could at least run the game in glorious 30 FPS and not stutter. In Dark Souls 2 I have done the Liam Loy's soul grind and gotten the full armor set of the king. I'm not doing that again for a while. What I'm getting at is that I love Dark Souls, and I love thematic analyses of game. I have pondered way too much about the meaning of the dark and light in Dark Souls, what makes us human in that world, how chaos came about, how time works and etc. And how Dark Souls 2, the best game in the series, don't at me, delivers on its themes and ideas so well. And that is why I wanted to do in Elden Ring. I wanted to understand Elden Ring, to unravel its themes and ideas it was presenting. And you can certainly do that. There is a lot in the game to chew on. The crushing of ideas and forces that don't fit in the current world order, of the horrors of colonization, how the marginalized is thrown into the machine to work for the ruling class, for no benefit for themselves. And yet, it feels hollow to me. It feels like it's not coalescing into a whole. Limgrave and the Weeping Peninsula are two wonderful areas, and they are connected, but they don't feel emotionally together for me. Same with Leonia. I still remember that day when I passed the Bear Witness Man and I got out of the castle and saw that beautiful vista, and my mind was blown again how big the game is. It still feels like it's not emotionally connected to Limgrave. Elden Ring is full of wonderful set pieces and ideas, but they don't feel like they connect into a grand whole. I understand what Elden Ring is, it's the rules of the universe, but it feels so distant and abstract to me. In Dark Souls, all things that are relevant to the current world order came from the first flame, and from it came dark and light and all that we have heard 100 times before. And I can visualize that. I can understand the flame being born in a world, and from it all things were born. From the heat it makes to the shadow cast from its light. But the Elden Ring, what is it? A soul? A being? Rings? Runes? Gold? I don't know. That bugs me. It could also be a bit of a disappointment of how some things are just repeats of ideas from Dark Souls. A dark flames that can hurt gods, dragons that rule before the current order, whose stone scales are almost indestructible and that mess with time. All of that is in Dark Souls, and I wish there were more new ideas and themes in Elden Rings, new ideas to play with and chew on. Granted, some of the newest ideas are generally cool and interesting. Melania, Blade of Mikola, who has never known defeat, and the Rot are very interesting concepts and ideas, and how they are tied to the Elden Ring and Marika's conquest. How it seems that before Marika's new reign, Rot was just part of the world, just another force in the world on the same level as the Serpent and the Formless Mother. And when the Golden Order was formed, it had to suppress everything into oblivion. but even it could not truly kill that rot or the formless mother. I love the frenzied flame, that alluring despair of giving up to burn it all away into nothing. I just wish they all had more room to breathe and take space to let them ruminate and grow and not share space with all the ideas to be explored to death in Dark Souls. Am I meant to use my knowledge and understanding from Dark Souls or ignore my previous experience? I don't know, and that bugs me too. There is another royal family that wants to rule forever, and doing so it destroys the world. How novel. And yet, I can't stop thinking about Elden Ring. I keep coming back to it. I'm still searching for that one thing that would tie it all together for me. Maybe I missed something, a connection, an item description. I'm still searching for meaning. And maybe that is what Elden Ring is for me. It is a truly realized world, full of different unique places and ideas. You can really taste and feel the history of the places you visit, and see the influence of different eras and times in the world. Limgrave is so different from Khalid, and Khalid from the mountain top. And it's so full of dead ends or just plain old contradictions. Just like our world. Our own world don't make sense at times. It is full of ideas that have been built upon other ideas, incorporated other ideas into itself to the point that it's full of so many things that don't coalesce into anything. Yet all the small parts are still wonderful to explore and experience. Just like Elden Ring. Maybe Elden Ring is hollow on purpose. To make a believable, truly realized world, you need to make it a bit hollow. To hollow is to be human. God damn it. Thank you for listening.